Lawrence. I think she's a wonderful actress.
Okay.
That's me.
We're
Okay,
not gonna...
if I say anything good about it, it's gonna seem like I'm not being honest, but I like her.
No, I think you are, but you started off on that foot.
Yeah, it started off negative though. That's the whole
You
point.
didn't let me fucking finish my statement, you cunts.
Oh my god.
She's too charismatic, but and then you cut me off.
Okay.
So, I wonder
Ready
this
for the
also.
rest?
I just
Well-
don't understand how somebody can be too charismatic.
Compared to everyone else.
Yeah. Like charisma is a good thing. Have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons? You fuck.
Oh man, it's a good stat to have.
Yeah, I bet she has fucking crazy bonus rolls. She would make such a good bard, dude.
Would make a good bard. So charismatic. Fuck.
I'm gonna go back to the album.
Oh, you're looking at it again? Oh man.
Yeah, I didn't finish it because I had to yell at Nick. Oh, wait a minute. Was she in Hunger Games? Was she the main character in Hunger Games?
Those were like big. First movie.
Yeah, that was her big thing. Oh, yeah.
She wasn't as hot as she was in fucking. What did she win her Oscar for?
Playbook.
Yes, Silver Linings.
Yeah.
She is
Much
next.
more attractive in Hunger Games.
What?
Yeah, she's all like badass.
I like her covered in mud and killing men.
Did you see those dance scenes with Bradley Cooper and her spandex?
Madame.
Come on.
They come from the same place where I find
Yes.
Sigourney Weaver in Aliens hot.
Yeah, that's a good point. You really can't argue against Sigourney Weaver and Aliens. But
I give her
know-
my truth own.
I know Katie Zen is just pandering, but I'm gonna use this question anyway.
I'm like,
It's a very well put together troll question, so I'm putting it in the document.
I have actually never seen a Jennifer Lawrence movie. I've only seen her on in links from Reddit in Imager
Really?
albums. And
Like her that
interviews.
much? You should watch her in a movie, dude.
Yeah, I really should. I mean, the only problem is you're assuming that I watch movies. I never watch movies.
If you're gonna watch one of her movies, watch Silver Linings Playbook. Hunger Games is all right, but
I have no. I know what Hunger Games is all about. I have no interest in it. It just seems like a
Watch
shitty
Silver Linings
Battle
Playbook.
Royale.
He's fucking good.
I feel like watching the Hunger Games movies would be a lot better once they're all done. I guess you could say that for anything that's in a series, but
Yeah, isn't Hunger Games it's like targeted at teen girls?
yeah, I guess because it's kind of
Much
it's
like
children's
me.
book. like
Dan likey.
Oh, yeah, that is Dan. Dan is a teen girl. So.
they shoot the movie so there's you don't see anybody really getting killed. Like you don't see anybody getting shot by an arrow or anything like that. Or if I can remember, it's not overly violent.
Yeah, I just
'Cause
imagine.
I think it's PG-13. So.
Yeah, and I know it was a PG-13. I just imagine it being like, we have to survive, twang, and then you just hear a guy off screen like, ugh!
Yeah. It's
oh,
kinda
right!
nasty. It's basically like that, but it's better. It's not as shitty as that.
Katie Zen's not happy with you, Dan. What does pandering mean? What the fuck, Dan? He thinks you're calling him out for no reason.
Hey man, hey, we're gonna read your question.
Yeah,
during
just
Twitter
relax,
questions,
Katie Zen. Relax.
Fucking relax, bro.
Step
Alright.
back in the line, okay? Thank you.
Oh, I'm supposed to add Mark into the call.
What?
Me too. I don't know.
Wait,
Mark Miguel?
No, you're not.
I don't know. You talk to him.
Fuck that guy.
He's
That's-
telling me.
That's May 5th, Nikon. You nut.
You piece of shit.
You talk to him. I don't know why he's going through me.
I'm asking him right now.
Fucking Jay and
Man just got so mad.
we were in late last night. I was watching some league streams in chat with a couple people, or in Skype, and it was how toxic, how retarded the chat is for top streamers in any game, really. And with what people type, and it's I want to get into the mind. I want to understand these children who are typing things like, "Oh my God, Freak is in PST too. That's my time zone," and they are typing this in a chat, and I don't Like, I just don't understand. I know that there's probably a lot of young kids, but if you read it, like, it's just mind-blowing to me. It's hard to even...
I was watching a Voy Boy stream earlier, and, like, some guy in the chat, I saw this single person. The chat is moving incredibly fast, but I see him, and he goes, "Wouldn't it be hilarious if we all spam Teemo?" And I was like, oh, no one's gonna fucking do that, because that's fucking stupid.
Right,
and then for the next minute, it's all caps Teemo, just, like, going off.
Wow.
I'm like, oh.
It's the equivalent of, like, 10,000 retards naked, greased up, and told that they have to try to pick up, like, a glass ball in the middle of the room, right? That's also greased. So they're just running into each other, slamming their dicks into each other, just slipping all over the place.
Why are dicks slamming into each other?
Because everyone's naked. And
everyone's
all
aroused?
Well, yeah,
I don't know. Maybe some of them are aroused. Maybe some of them are gay.
I just don't know how you're gonna slam any dicks in anybody else when you're flaccid.
No, see, just saying, like, maybe one or two of them are gay, but that starts a chain reaction because
exactly, it's the same,
hard,
right?
And then that sexual energy infects the other ones, even though they're not gay. They didn't start off being like, "Oh, nice, dude," bunch of naked dudes.
Yeah,
they started off, you know, they like the other two, they weren't like that, but then it just kind of because those guys are really into it, and then it's just appropriate at the time, so you know you just get an appropriate boner.
Right, and it's just everyone, just total madness and anarchy and mayhem and people yelling random things. Like, I don't know what I would do if I was fucking naked and greased up with 10,000 people in a room. I'd probably yell things like, "Oh my god, freak is PST too." I don't know what I'd say. But I feel like that's the only way I can get into the mindset of these retards in Twitch chat. And that's why I was saying too, that the KB chat is the most, like, yes, our chat trolls, but we have the most intelligent, like, inside joke chat of any like anywhere on Twitch, pretty much. I'm sure there's other decent communities too, but they are.
I can also
between.
In your scenario, Scott, in your hypothetical scenario, I could also see where the guy comes from, the guy who has nothing to add to the conversation, but is just spamming the N-word in all caps over and over and over. I could see somebody in that situation.
Why not? Why not, dude? At that point, it's like...
The guy just totally broke, and for some reason it's black people's fault. His mind is just gone.
It's just so toxic. I can't even watch, like, on like if I'm watching a League stream or whatever, any stream, and it's like some high-level player, and I just have to turn the chat off. I just turn the chat off. I can't read it. It makes me too mad.
I'm so glad that there's an option to just hide the chat now.
Yeah, exactly.
So good.
But then I'm getting mad thinking about the possible things that people are saying, so it doesn't even work. So I don't know. I
put some asshole right now. Just like...
Yeah, exactly. I bet they're saying dumb shit right here, and then I'll, like, check it and be like, yep, they're saying really dumb shit. I can confirm that.
So we didn't have, there wasn't much news at all this week for a few reasons. Partially, probably because of all the events in Boston. Honestly, had an effect on the news cycle for everybody. Yeah, that was probably part of it. Also, E3 is coming up, so nobody cares. Like, gaming companies right now.
Nobody wants to bust their nut too early.
Yeah, Nick. That's what I was getting to, sir. So I did put out a call for some discussion questions, and you guys sent in some good ones. So we're gonna be doing the news segment today. Has like 4 items, but it will be pretty short, most likely. So, but we have some good email questions today. So, yeah. All right. Well, this one is not. We're not going to discuss Boston. That's one thing we're not going to discuss.
I don't think there's anything we could really add to that. And it's also, we're not a news site. We're not. Yeah. It's
you said a news.
That is why. That is why we can't discuss Boston.
Yeah.
No.
We're not a news.
Although we would be better than CNN at covering said event, we're not going to cover it here. It would be kind of interesting to discuss the insanity that was Twitter versus the main media for that whole thing. That was kind of craziness.
Yeah.
Just watching, like, yes, Twitter had, like, misinformation as well, but it was so easy to, like, glean good information and get it, like, a half hour earlier. Mm-hmm. Like, and then watch CNN spout basically false shit for, like, a whole day.
Well, hey, man, I mean,
I thought we weren't going to talk about Boston.
We're not. We're talking about the media.
I'm just kidding.
I'm not talking about Boston.
I'm just
there's nothing to
trolling.
say. There's nothing to say about Boston anymore. Reddit caught the guy.
Oh God! Don't get me. Thank you. See now we're going down a dangerous path because now that's something that we could rant about. Right?
I could rant about that
for days.
I had people on my timeline who I follow for other reasons, mainly for hockey, but they were commenting on how this Reddit thread was the most amazing thing.
They destroyed the reputation of a dead guy. A kid who killed himself.
Guys, I upvoted the latest update. I'm solving crimes.
I saw CSI Reddit.
We fucking got him, Reddit.
My upvotes did this.
We couldn't figure out how to open a fucking safe that was on the front page for like 3 weeks, but we found the Boston murderer guys. You know, we're that fucking accomplished as a community of retards.
I signed the petition against terrorism. I am making history.
By the way, chat, this is the Amplifiers record that I have on the background. You can actually buy it now. Several people had asked me about it. He had permission to play it before it was out, which was cool of them. So let me find that Bandcamp page and I will link it for you. And no, they didn't tell us to do this at all. I just like the record, so. There you go, if you want to purchase it. But yeah, that Reddit thread was hysterical. I'm solving. My upvote solved this crime. Recorded in Sean's living room. That is true. No, you'll know when we're selling out.
It'll be very clear. You'll see sponsored by Burger King in the top left of.
Sponsored by Phil Fish.
Yeah. Oh God, I hope Phil Fish buys this out, man. That'd be awesome. I'm down with that. Why not?
You fucking ingrates.
It's called the Phil Fish. It's called the Phil Fish Fuck You podcast. Phil Fish podcast. Fuck you.
By the way, did anyone see AJ's first stream for us? Well, second stream technically, but first official show for us on 420 with an amazing
I actually didn't.
420 GIF background that he started the show with.
Oh God, no, I didn't see it. I'll have to watch the VOD.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it as a highlight, although he was lagging horribly. Oh, Mr. Dyer going with that. I forget what that guy's name was. This guy, the one time, oh, that was so beautiful. He came in the WoW stream, like, he was, like, idling, and then, like, in the WoW stream, he was like, I'm sorry, I have to unfollow you. I unfollow anyone who plays WoW, League of Legends, or Dota. Goodbye and good luck.
Yikes.
Wow.
Yeah. We were like, see it then, I guess?
See it? Okay. Bye.
Just. No, wait. I'll change the game.
Oh, I see a screenshot of AJ's weed screen. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I just want to get high. 420. Holy shit.
And he puts that on, and he put on this, he just went on YouTube and searched, 420 mix. It just had, like, it was just Bob Marley and, like...
That's fucking awesome.
It was fantastic.
Oh my God, I hope Brandon's mirror and chair are in the same spot. Yes! Yes!
Why would I have moved them?
Brandon, I'm so glad you haven't changed your ways.
My mental image of it is still just
Twitch was gonna change you.
Brandon back there naked in the chair. Just
Yeah.
like different
What do we do
poses.
if like his cam turned on and he's literally, we don't see his face, we just see his waist and his dick and he's just jerking it, like standing on his chair.
Why would I stand on the chair? That would be
I don't know,
uncomfortable.
dude. I don't know.
I don't know, man. That whole setup has me.
Comfort's very important when you're gonna dick bomb an entire stream.
Yeah, I wouldn't judge you. You would want anonymity, man. You don't want them to know it's you, despite the fact that it's your webcam and says volition on your thing.
That seems like it would give it away.
But I can definitely fantasize. Don't worry, you don't have to do it.
So
I push you.
we're gonna get started here in just a minute. I honestly have no idea where John is.
John's at ESCA land this week.
Oh,
That
okay.
email that he sent about the podcast for Orb, he thought it was that week, but he meant this week.
He did send me that, but I was like,
Yeah.
okay, well
He's
that's
flying
fine.
back.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. I was like, why isn't he here? That's fine.
I told him that, and he was like, "Oops."
The chair and the mirror are just a part of KBMOD as Brandon is at this point. I agree. Those things are very valuable. I mean, I value
We might
brand.
as well add them to the business partnership.
I don't know if that means they've increased in value to the point that they're that valuable, or that I have decreased.
No, you're very. No, they're just very valuable. As are you. Yeah, get them to sign the papers, man. They deserve a cut. So.
All right, guys, I'm gonna run a 60-second commercial break, go get some water myself, and then we will get it rolling.
Yeah.
So we will be right back. Go ahead and make a tweet or something as well.
Talk about that Dez tweet.
Did Phil Fish have a tweet? People were talking about a Phil Fish tweet. I didn't really see it. But...
Well, maybe you should look at the podcast document.
Oh, what? I was looking at it. It's in the document. Oh, I love. Okay, well, I didn't read the very first. Okay, very first article.
It's good to be prepared.
That is not a real tweet by Phil Fish. That's
I think it is.
Wow. God, he's so insane. So good.
His Twitter feed all looks like tweets that shouldn't actually be from him.
Right. But I feel like, don't you think it... Well, anyway, we're not going to run it. We'll talk about it when we get to it, but... We'll talk about that. I want to jump the gun. What would we do if Dan's fucking figurine back there started moving?
Oh, are we actually talking shit on Phil Fish?
Yeah, we will be. I'm sure.
Here, how about we not link Facebook photos of it and just...
Fuck.
Someone threw that in chat, so I was like, oh, there it is. God, I love Phil Fish. He's probably my favorite.
It gets pulled, like, when he goes crazy, it's great because he says really stupid things.
Yeah.
But it's kind of in context with other people being dumb.
Yeah.
But he just makes
his response
look dumber.
Worse, though.
Yeah. He doesn't know how to handle things like a normal human being.
No, dude.
I don't think anyone could ever accuse Phil Fish of being a normal human being, ever.
Yeah, because he's above a normal human being. He's a higher level of
Jesus.
Living creature.
The Messiah of gaming.
I want them to repaint the Sistine Chapel with Fez art.
Wow.
All right. Are we about to... Do we have to tweet? We haven't tweeted yet, huh? Brandon,
We're going to tweet in a second, yeah.
I'm going to eat chicken pot pie in the middle of this, so...
That's great, dude.
I haven't eaten today.
Oh, we surely did get some interesting email questions that I am archiving.
Got some good ones, though.
Are we actually discussing this on the podcast?
What?
Phil Fish?
Why not?
I just
Why
want to make
not?
sure.
I fucking love Phil Fish, dude.
I can tell.
Tell you're really into it.
Phil Fish, I actually... This is how much I like Phil Fish. I prefer MOBAs to Phil Fish.
Wow.
So
we know. That's hard to even...
Shots
I don't even think I can wrap my brain around that statement.
That picture at the end of the dock. I didn't see it.
Sneaks up on you.
Brandon had to mute himself.
I should have been taking a swig of water.
You can follow.
I'm done. I can't podcast.
That was the best. That was the best response I could have given to your tweet about that, though. Just a smiley face. That's all.
Absolutely the worst response.
I was not ready for that.
Fucking Christ, that picture is epic.
Have we posted that in chat? So
that needs to
what
be
we're
It
talking
is in a
about?
tweet, so it's somewhere.
Oh my
I
Christ.
feel like people need the context to understand.
I still have the link.
It's just that I was, like you, Brandon, was not expecting. I just scrolled down.
Well, no, I scrolled down and I was like, okay, all right, I like that. But
And
then
then
it was
you
too
saw it.
small to notice, and I just scrolled down again and saw it.
Well, what happened is Blacklight went out in public, saw some underage women in yoga pants,
Yeah, it was
And
distressing.
and he said, "Why are underage girls allowed to wear yoga pants?" And my response tweet was just a smiley face.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
So that's where that came from.
That is going in my pictures folder right now. One for later. Holy shit.
Alright, I need a minute and then we'll start.
Base Gatman with the actual link.
Katie Zen pulling out. I just noticed Dan. That's happened to everybody else too.
Yeah, that's what everybody was saying. There was like, who's that bearded guy? I bet nobody else noticed him. Who is Beardman?
Dan's face
happy.
now being spammed in chat.
I'll tell you what, man, we had some epic streams this week.
We did. Holy shit.
APL going hard in the performance paint.
Man, dude, when there's an event as exciting as a Dust 2 World Cup, you know, you have to bring it. You have to bring it. And I feel like we had some good matches.
Here's a question that I don't think is being put in the doc, but I'm going to ask right now, just quickly before we start. What is the largest goose that you can fit into your loose anus?
I can't handle this tonight. I'm in a giggly mood, and this is not good. I just said giggly mood. Sounds really good.
Let's get together and find out. You bring the juice.
Man.
Yeah, that Chez stream, man. 600 concurrent.
Yeah, Chez fucking birthday stream was epic. 600 people in there. He was dropping the
like
hits,
there were some
man.
people upset that he didn't twerk. That was a point of contention.
Dude, you gotta...
I love that the set just kept getting more and more epic as people kept getting in. Chez was like, all right, I got it. Here we go.
Well, fraud is a violation of our terms of service, so.
Deduce him.
Deduce.
That's okay, Brandon. I almost got so mad right before this stream started. Did you tweet, by the way?
I'm putting it together now.
I almost got so mad because they were linking some dude's stream in the IRC where the dude was playing WoW, but he must have been playing on, like, I don't know, 200 bitrate.
Oh, God.
Like, it was like a slideshow, but his webcam was fine, and all he was doing like, Cinnamon Challenge and, like, all this shit.
Oh my
and there
Christ.
were 700 people in there.
Just tell me.
700 people.
Yeah, dude,
And
I
I
pull
was
like
like
60.
Let's do a live Harlem Shake tonight, guys.
We need to.
I was so mad.
Let's get
do a
some of those
live-
really talented League of Legends female streamers in here who don't only show their tits for viewers. I love those.
I like it. It's like when you watch picture-in-picture on TV, and like the small picture is League of Legends, and the big one is the webcam.
Exactly. I love those. All those girl gamers out there that, and then have disclaimers at the bottom while they're wearing like shirts that I can see both nipples on both tits, and are like, "Please be respectful in the chat."
I'm not an object.
Like they don't realize that this is the internet, and they're clearly pandering. Like, come on.
The stream is just a close-up shot of their vagina with a green screen inside it with some League of Legends playing.
I mean...
Oh, man.
I mean, okay,
That
it's
would
not...
actually be some pretty impressive production
Hold
quality.
still, I'm gonna chroma key your cervix.
It's...
Oh, my God.
It's still not okay to go in and sexually harass a girl online just because she's like...
No.
she's
I don't
got close
endorse
up on her
that.
tits.
I don't endorse that.
But
I don't endorse going and harassing.
It baffles me that people like get all indignant about it. Like, did you really just say that to me? Like, did you really expect that to not happen?
Exactly. That's the thing. It's the expectations. It's like if you go on there and do that, you are putting a target the size of a large cock on you.
Okay, you're making it worse.
Okay, sorry.
Yep.
I'm not trying to.
By saying he's large as a cock.
Women's suffrage just like everything since then just reversed.
Yeah, they're trying to like.
Just poof, you're gone.
Well,
You just rewind. You just and you know what? And somehow everything from the civil rights movement also. So
it's just all removed by one night of league streaming. It's just unparalleled.
Slavery's back because of this stream.
Slavery's back because of this stream.
I went downstairs and there was a guy just like living in my kitchen.
I didn't know.
I didn't even ask for him. I don't know who he is, but he offered to make me a sandwich, and he's got a chain around his neck.
I will say, speaking of like reading chat, like I was talking about earlier, another obviously fascinating one, because you think it'd be all like a bunch of like horny nerds like typing inappropriate shit in the chat, which it is, but you get the occasional dude that's creepy on another level that's like, "You have beautiful eyes. I would love to like bathe you," and you're like, "What the fuck is this, dude? Like that is creepier beyond like anything else you could say that's like
I think just real compliments are creepier than like just being like you have great tits.
Right. Yeah, they'll be like, you have beautiful.
Oh, you have such a great personality for a League of Legends streamer.
Some dude was in there telling this girl that she looked corn-fed. I was like, what the fuck is that?
What does that mean?
You look really corn-fed, smiley face. I'm like, what?
You mean like a horse or something?
Yeah, what?
No, like, I have no idea.
Prize cattle? Like,
Does your diet consist of a lot of oats?
I have no idea.
Apparently I look like the singer from Fall Out Boy. Well, I gotta Google that asshole now.
No, you don't.
Why? What happened with him?
Somebody said I looked like the singer from
He
Fall Out
just doesn't look like him.
I can see it a little bit. I can see it a little bit.
If you changed your hair completely, maybe.
Yeah.
When I'm wearing my hat, I get a lot of Jack White. A lot of
Alright, everyone go retweet. We tweeted. Go retweet.
out.
236 retweets and we'll start.
Is he the guy with the
Two. Get on it.
When I wear my hat, I get a lot of Ted Bundy.
When I just walk around, I get a lot of Ted Bundy.
Is the lead singer Fall Out Boy the one with the emo haircut or the fat one with the Irish
fat one? But he's not fat anymore.
Yeah, he's not fat anymore.
Like,
I believe the black-haired emo-looking one is the bassist.
yeah, he is. And he dated
Or maybe he's the drummer. I don't remember.
some.
I kind of see. He kind of looks like my cousin, the lead singer. I don't know. I usually get Jack White.
Singer from Fall Out Boy.
What is this link?
I could see that resemblance.
If you want a good Facebook thing to like, go like the Will Smith fan page.
Yeah. It's just all
It's
then
just pictures
K9
of Samuel Jackson.
K9, that's good. Anion, is that a selfie?
Oh God.
It's either him or St. Jimmy. There's no way other black people watch this. There's just no way. It's only Anion. Oh God, I haven't seen this GIF. Oh Lord!
What?
She's dead.
You just destroyed that reporter. Jesus.
It's just
Sweep the leg.
Oh my God! That's what the fuck?
she probably asked him to do it too, and just did not expect that at all. She's like, "Please sweep my leg."
Like, go do it, and he's like, okay.
He's like, "Are you sure you want me to do that?" She's like, "Yes, please."
Holy
Wait,
shit!
why was
dude.
the Asian reporter have a thick Asian accent, and then the accent died? He's like, "Yeah, you want me to do it?"
It's just like he's not even really Asian.
Very good. Do it to me. Very good. Very hard.
I don't know, dude.
Something. I don't know. That's all she said.
All right.
All
How
right.
we doing on
Fuck
tweets?
the gentleman.
We probably need more retweets. I'm just gonna guess.
Damn, all right.
Come on, guys.
How about we get some more? That'd be good.
I mean, gentleman style.
Oh, I need
D2? Are you people joking? Please, please be serious for once.
I think we were joking. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna assume that people are.
What do you mean, you people?
I don't mean. Well, no, I don't mean you people, but. I mean.
I'm dying. You guys are killing me today.
I'm done with my chicken pot pie. When I come back, we better start it.
We'll start when you enable your webcam.
Oh shit.
Can we do a little peek cam again? I like
62.
I like Nick's peek cam.
The peeper cam.
That up there.
Nick Fenton is the Skrillex of PC gaming.
What? That even
Did someone
mean?
just clear chat? Oh.
Yeah.
Clearing chat.
Oh.
He looks just like Skrillex, so.
Rip
Speaking
in
of-
peace gifts.
Speaking of celebrity lookalikes,
Nick Fenton with the font tips for me before the cast.
Mary coming in with the apologies that her global reach to 35 followers isn't working, but it's working. You just don't realize
Is
it.
that
No,
fonts
it's
in
not about the
bold?
reach. It's just about the sentiment. That's why
It's
we
about
don't.
following orders from Brandon. Let's be real. It's not
Did you
about.
put your font in bold, Dan?
Do you not want it in bold?
Needs to match the fucking Skype.
Okay, it's not
Fucking
in bold
font.
now. It's not in bold now. I'm sorry.
Waiting.
So anal retentive about that, dude.
Look, that looks much better. It all matches.
That does look really good. I'm with you, Nick Fenton. Thank you.
Don't fucking talk down to me.
All right.
All right, we ready to roll?
Do we wanna add the Virgin Media thing on here, or do we care?
Nick's already in the call. What are you talking
the
about?
internet thing. Yeah. Yeah, you can.
Got me.
You can add it in there, and then we'll give and take with those questions depending on the time.
All right, Nick, enable your webcam. Give the people what they want.
I look homeless.
That's okay. That hasn't stopped you before.
I was about to say, is that supposed to be different from any
You
other?
just check if I look really greasy today.
Unswazzled. By far. Shell door. God, they don't
I'm
get old.
preparing my temporary unemployment look, so I'm trying to get real nasty looking.
I just shaved my beard today.
So
trimmed it
for
down.
like those 6 days that I'm unemployed, I can just be the nastiest human being that I can be.
Nick is actually a nugget of grease. Oh, Shamwow correcting himself there.
What's a nugget?
I don't know.
Yes, Peep Cam has returned.
I
No,
love the
don't.
fact that the cam is always like above your face.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's always like at his
I'm
nose.
just gonna keep
His
leaning back
eyes.
in my chair.
He's just like the neighbor from
Yeah.
Home Improvement.
Home Improvement, dude.
What's his
You
name?
like, the
Wilson?
yoga, you like the yoga ball on my
Yeah,
couch
Wilson.
right
Yeah,
hanging
dude, do
out.
you use that?
there?
Nick
Sometimes.
has Hitler hair. He really does. Nick, your hair is perfectly combed like Hitler.
No, Scott, I'm gonna text you a picture right now, and I will.
No, I don't need a picture, dude.
Nope, you're gonna get it.
No, I'm fine.
I'm
Nope,
a little bit
you're good.
worried that he said he's going to text a picture to you after you say he has Hitler hair.
I know. I don't know what.
He's going to
Yeah,
like.
that's-
He's
that
going to be
can't
like,
be-
this is not Hitler hair. I'm going to text you a picture.
He styled his pubes as Hitler.
I was about to say, yeah.
Okay.
He's got all his pubes combed to one side.
That would be awesome.
Oh,
If that
God.
is the case, please send me that picture.
What's this chat hates Tim Allen? What are you people talking about?
Oh,
Wow.
we had this the other night during one of my streams. There was a huge debate on the merits of Tim Allen.
There's no debate.
All right, we can start whenever.
All right,
All
Scott,
right.
yeah, whenever.
Picture.
All right. What? No, I didn't get anything. What is this? I'm waiting.
Did you just swish Diet Dr. Pepper?
You have to get the
Dude, how do you
taste.
brush your teeth?
The old pube comb.
Yeah, I don't have a brush. I just take some Dr.
Just swish Dr. Pepper.
No, I was about to say I brush my teeth with Monster energy
Oh.
drink. But,
Nice.
I mean, I guess if you want to be a little bitch, you could do the Diet Dr. Pepper route. I don't care.
I do mine with Go-Gurt.
Gogurt's the grossest fucking shit. Go ahead whenever
All
you
right,
want.
I'm just ready to go. All right, here we go. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome to episode 89 of the KBMOD podcast. We've got Nick Jenkins on with us tonight, which I'm excited about. We don't get Nick on nearly as much. I think
I've
mostly
been on a few
that's-
times, and you're never.
Yeah, you have been, but it's not a regular thing. But I think a lot of times your work schedule is this still
It'll be
prohibiting you
more regular now.
as much?
Yeah, I'm on. Well, I've been on like in the couple months. In
Yeah.
the past couple months, I've been on quite a few times. But it seems like every time I was on, you never were, because you were
Got it,
I don't know,
yeah.
dead or whatever
Well,
it is you do.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back and better than ever. They rebuilt me better than before, etc. And yeah, good to have you on. And we've got Brandon, myself, obviously, and Nick and Dan. John is at ESEA LAN
Yes.
this weekend. So
Also
he-
dead.
With TF2 pros, apparently.
yes, yes. And also, John last weekend won a League of Legends tournament at LAN or something.
And a TF2 tournament.
Yeah, the TF2
Two
I can see. The
physical
League of
trophies.
Legends one, I was really baffled at. But hey, I guess he went with. Apparently, he went with some solid people. And John is a pretty decent support in the bottom lane. I can't lie. So, but I was a little shocked to see that. Now now we can have bragging rights for all different games, and that we just need John to be able to brag more, don't we? That's really
Yes.
what we need.
John
No.
needs more self-confidence.
That's right. He's just very insecure. So
He's a wreck.
he is. All right, well, let's start out with what we've been playing this week. Let's start with I always do Dan last, but you know what, Dan? Today
Okay.
I'm going to put the crosshairs on that lovely, freshly shaven, bearded face. And what have you been up to?
Well, this week we did WoW once again on Monday, and we are level 31 and 95%, almost 32. Got to play through Stone Town Mountain again, which has been completely redone.
Did you play through that on 420 or?
Fantastic Zone. No, AJ played some Arkham City on that.
Okay. I just meant you said Stone Town Mountain.
Oh
so.
yeah.
Okay.
No, but it's a pretty awesome zone.
So
now.
it doesn't suck anymore.
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Nick. I've
hated
been
that zone.
super impressed with the new Cataclysm 1 to 60 that I had not done before. So, but
We should get a. How often is the WoW? Like last week, you told us that you've been
Mondays.
keeping it under control. I know, but I'm saying beyond that.
I haven't logged in
Okay.
since.
All right. I need to.
oddly
The only
enough.
way I'd be able to verify this is if I was sitting in your basement watching you, which I'm not below doing. I mean, I'm above doing. I may
Well,
do
it's
that.
actually hurting our KBMOD guild because nobody can like invite people, so I forgot to log in. But anyway, Tuesday played some Torchlight 2 with subscribers. I hadn't dipped into that game for months. I really like that game though. But we destroyed Act 1 in pretty short order. That was the stream. Played through Act 1. That game is so good, and I can't wait because I think Hex and I are going to do a stream of that in a few weeks when the mods mature for it. Because there's like a thing that ups the limit to 8 players instead of 6. There's a mod called Synergies, which has a whole new class. Like there's a bunch of custom class mods, and it's all Steam Workshop now, so it's super easy to put together. So yeah, but the main thing, and I think we'll talk about this a little more, at least I know Brandon played a bit, and I know Nick played a little bit, or maybe have in the past as well, but Just Cause 2 multiplayer, man, this was a beta weekend for that.
Good.
It was the first time I had touched it. And
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know it was your
from-
first time.
Yeah, and from what I had heard from other people, it has matured quite a bit.
Do you say that a lot, Brandon? I didn't know it was your first time.
Not the venue, Nick. This is
Much
not
to
the-
Hill says that a lot.
I'm barging in.
Brandon,
Is this your first time?
I played it a while ago, maybe like a couple months ago. It was really fun. Have they improved like the sync with everybody, like the net sync, like
Yeah,
well,
I didn't realize it was Dan's first time. But like the only thing that really is not great still is the hit detection for
detection.
shooting people. But everything else is pretty seamless.
When you've got like 1,500 people on a server, it's dismissible.
last time I played, if you were standing on someone's boat as they were driving it, you would see them, or if somebody was standing on your boat, you were driving a boat, you would see them like steadily trailing behind you about 300 feet.
Yeah.
Just standing above the water.
No,
So
that-
if they fix
well,
that, that's good.
what was so cool was this morning I went and played it again on the morning stream, and what you can do, and I think you could do this before, that was the vibe I was getting, that factions existed in other builds of it, but factions were working properly in this build, and what factions are is basically a guild, like a guild in WoW, and you can have people join it, and then you can have faction chat, and then you can have you can teleport to anyone in the faction that way, and you can like take territory, which may serve a greater function in some further build. But what was cool this morning is I was like had people who were watching the stream log in. We had like 10 people in in 3 or 4 cars, with people, you know, riding on top of the car, and then person in the passenger seat and person in the driver's seat. And we went to like the middle of town, and we're just getting fucked up by people in helicopters and also blowing other people up. Like, it was just it was like a giant gang warfare in the middle of the city. It was amazing. And I just was thinking today, there's no way that if they make Just Cause 3, that they can make the multiplayer as good as this mod is, like, or as fun.
I was thinking
Really?
the exact same thing.
Why do you think that?
Because I don't think a company can put out a product like that can be as wild as this mod is allowed to be. Like, the guys making this mod want the mod to work, but they don't really give a shit if you're getting killed over and over again, or
Right.
like you're a noob, or like they don't
I see what
care.
you're saying.
And that's
There's
a good thing, though. Like,
There's just a blatant not giving a fuckness.
Yeah.
It's just
It's just supposed to be fun mayhem.
It's
They're just
That's
kind of letting the
exactly.
open world take its course.
yeah,
Like, you
just
get to just decide
insanity.
what you want to do.
yeah. There's no like. I think the territories will eventually be something kind of cool, maybe if they flesh that out a little. But there's no sort of like. I feel like if Avalanche, I think, is who makes that game, or whoever it is. If they make a Just Cause 3, it will try to be like, hey, we're putting 50 people on a server, 50-person multiplayer in the open world, fight against other factions, blah blah blah, and like they would pimp it like that, and there would be objectives and actual like things you would have to do in it. Whereas this is just like the beauty of this and why it is so fun is that it's just batshit insanity. Just like there's no real point to playing it. You're not leveling. You're not. You do get money and you can buy shit now. Like there's a buy menu.
And Mark Allsham in chat says they want individual server owners to make their own decisions about the gameplay and how that all works.
Yeah, and I don't think a commercial product would allow that to happen. At least in the recent climate that we have with the lack of control. Like, for instance, like COD 4 and then Black Ops 1 being all dedicated, and you could mod it and you could have custom stuff for Black Ops 1, and then by Black Ops 2 we're back into matchmaking, just like
Xbox Live.
Yeah. So like I just don't think no one wants to give that control to the player anymore, and that is why the game is so good. Or the mod is so good, and they're just going to keep selling more copies of Just Cause 2 for years, as long as this thing is a real thing. It is the most fun I've had gaming in a very long time doing that this weekend.
I really regret not having joined anybody this weekend, because last time I played it was super fun.
Well, I hopped in by myself last night while Brandon was playing some Smite, and I was just playing by myself, and I had fun by myself. Didn't even need anybody else, because it's just like you just jump on some other guy's car, blow up his car, kill him. Like it's just like that was fun when the hit reg worked. Then it was sort of not fun, but
nice.
But I highly encourage you. I think they're going to have more frequent weekends now. They took a lot of time off to get this build ready, and this build was definitely more stable and less glitchy than the previous ones. At least that was what I gathered from other people who played and from watching older builds. The thing you said about the boats, Blacklight, like I never saw that happen.
Good. I mean, it was a long time ago. It was like 6 months ago. So.
Yeah, but like, and Brandon was saying the weather for everyone is the same now, whereas it wasn't before.
Yeah, before like your weather was individually rendered, so like it might be raining on your screen and sunny on someone else's who is right next to you. But I think now they've synced that stuff, so they've just made that, I guess, the engine play much nicer with an online environment. Like it's taken them a while, but it definitely feels a lot more cohesive in terms of like if someone grapples onto your car, like you were saying, Nick, now you see them on the right spot on your car, and I feel like it's a lot better in terms of the immersion that you're actually playing with other people. And the only thing that really is not quite there yet is the hit registration on the guns, which may never be there, because like that engine probably just was not made for that. So honestly, I don't fault them for that.
When I was playing, I really did not get the impression that gunplay was going to be a big deal anyway. So as long as you can launch a rocket launcher in the general direction that you want it, you're probably going to be having just as much fun.
Most of my deaths were from helicopters or fighter jets or
malaria,
armed vehicles, that kind of stuff, or explosions, rather than just straight gunplay. They did put in safe zones in the spawns.
That's probably the best change.
So you can get out.
It used to be complete carnage at the spawn points. Someone would just sit there firing rockets at spawns, but that is basically non-existent now. Like you spawn and it's safe. You can't shoot anyone. They can't shoot you, and you can grapple out of there. So like there's almost no. I mean, there's still griefing because you have 2,000, 1,500 people on a server, and that's going to happen. But like for the most part, it's easy to avoid the griefing.
Well, like last night, that game is so gorgeous too. By the way, still, even though it's like 4 years old, maybe by now, if not even older than that. But it's just a beautiful game on all settings. Brandon and I took a desert drive, the same car, and then inevitably blew it up.
That's why I love the game. Like it's such a great. It's just so good for like car racing, for airplanes, for just running around. The whole game is like it does racing better than racing games do.
Yeah, Yeah, and you can actually join in races. There's like scheduled races, kind of like if you've played on big custom Minecraft servers. That's what it reminded me of. Like on Juiceville, it'd be like survival games in 15 minutes. Like sign up now. Like there's races and derbies, and you can do that as well. The derbies are like just a big bowl of death. I was watching Brandon playing it, but I was able to stream it today too, Brandon, with no problems.
I think DX3 was the problem.
I did windowed though.
DX3 was the problem because even once I stopped streaming, I was still crashing. But I figured out I had DX3 left open. I think that was the issue.
But so yeah, definitely check that out. Getting the multiplayer like working is not hard at all. Like it's not. They have a client now.
Yeah, that's the best part now. They have a client, which I'm guessing they plan to use to keep as like an auto updater. Mm-hmm. So you don't really have to worry about it now. You just open that client, hit the button, and it just works. It's nice.
Yeah. And Just Cause 2 is like $2 sometimes. Yeah. So nice. Just keep it out. I think it's $10 normally.
I tweet it out every time it's on sale. So if you don't have it by now, it's your own fault.
And the regular Just Cause 2 game is pretty good too. Has a lot of the same insanity, just not with 1,500 people. But yeah. So that was what I played. That was our kind of highlight segment there.
Yeah, goddamn.
But
well,
it was
yeah,
good.
I didn't realize. Good podcast, everyone, and we'll see you guys next week
for the Just Cause multiplayer.
Just Cause 2 multiplayer
podcast,
KBMOD podcast 90.
Yes.
So, just kidding. No, that's cool. All right. Well, Nick, what have you been up to this week?
Which one?
Probably specify.
Let me see. Nick Jenkins, because fuck Nick Fenton. Go ahead, Nick.
Wow, we're bringing that one back, are we?
Yeah.
I've been playing. I've been hitting TF2 really hard. Again, I always go on and off with that game, but recently I've just been really gunning back to it. I've been doing my live stream series where I try to get every spy stream to 1,000 kills. I'm getting really close. I think I'm on the last weapon, functionally speaking. The thing is, TF2 releases a lot of items that are reskins, and so I'm thinking about collecting all of the reskins, but right now it should have every weapon that's functionally different from other weapons.
What percentage of player base are you in the TF2 world? Like, how many people, like you've grinded that game out?
He's not that crazy.
No? Not comparatively? Really?
No, compared to some people. Wow. I mean, I have a lot of, are we talking like in terms of like kills, skill?
Yeah, like the amount of and like achievements, how many kills you have with certain guns. Like, I mean, you grind that shit out. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really addicted to that sort of thing. So like a lot of people may be a lot more skilled than I am who just don't have the weapons that count your kills. But like, I mean, I'm all about like pointless leveling up and grinding and stuff.
Okay.
It's just, I mean, I grew up on Pokemon, so ever since then I've just like really into pointless leveling and grinding. But and I say that completely unironically. But I mean, you see some really good people. Generally speaking, if somebody has like 30,000 kills on their rocket launcher, they're probably going to stomp your asshole in with the soldier. But then again, I've seen a demo man with like 28,000 kills on his sticky launcher, and demo man is one of the easiest classes, probably the easiest class in the game to just absolutely destroy a pub with, and he was terrible. So, I mean, it's
always indicative of skill.
Yeah. So like,
just like that level 10
skill
in Modern Warfare 2 account, I shouldn't be afraid of, right? Because I love Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
But
in terms of skill, I'm a pub stomper. I cannot roll with the competitive guys, but I can generally top frag pretty much any pub.
Nice.
But as someone in chat just said, I will follow you in chat just said, though, there are people who literally all they do in TF2 is trade and idle. Like, that is literally all they do is try to get items.
And probably don't even play the game hardly anymore. There's a lot of people, not probably, there are a lot of people like that. There are people with TF2 backpacks worth thousands of dollars. There's actually like a huge TF2 to US dollar. Right now I'm trying to cash in my items and trade and stuff like that to try to buy a strange festive knife, which is a promo. It's a knife for the spy that has like Christmas lights all over it, which is as dumb as it sounds, but it's worth, if I were to just buy it like on the market, it would cost me about $60.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. That's crazy.
That's, I mean, and that's like, for PC, that's not even a AAA title anymore.
No.
Like this.
Yeah. Well, someone just said there's items worth thousands of dollars.
Yeah, like the Burning Flames Team Captain is a super rare hat that's worth like, it went for like $1,300 last I saw, probably more than that since. Like ridiculous amounts. But yeah, I mean, getting into trading is actually like kind of turns me off to TF2, but it's just kind of something I want to do for the live stream, try to collect the items that people want to see. But I'm just having a blast playing the game again. I'm kind of learning some classes that I didn't really play much before, like Soldier. Soldier is just one of those classes that is so easy to pick up and play and do okay with, but the skill cap is so high. It's ridiculous. If you watch, I linked on Twitter the other day. I don't know if you guys saw. There was just this shot where it was like a competitive highlights. It was from a sixes match. This soldier just rocket jumps and just kind of rocket skips. As you continue to rocket jump, you build momentum. It's really hard to do. It's called pogoing. You build momentum. The guy's going like 1,000,000 miles an hour and sees a demo man rolling out, flying above him, and just twitches and just shoots the guy straight out of the air. The odds were like astronomical. Damn. Just watching comp soldiers is ridiculous. I could watch highlights of that all day. So I'm kind of learning to, whenever if I hit any air shot whatsoever, I'm happy. Get a direct hit with a rocket in midair. That if I hit that, I'm happy. So cool. It's just one of those games. There's so much you could explore. So pretty much TF2. I've been playing some console stuff as well. Monster Hunter 3U came out, and that's really fun. If you're again into super grindy stuff,
that is the king of the grind, isn't it? That game.
Yeah, Monster Hunter is literally. You kill monsters. The whole goal is to kill monsters so that you can make armor and gear out of their fangs and scales and stuff, so that you can kill bigger monsters, so that you can make bigger gear and better gear.
The grind is real, is what you're telling me.
The grind is very real.
Definitely real.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's not like World of Warcraft grinding. It's not like an MMO grind where it's I guess I'll kill like 1,000,000 boars and then I can work my way up to killing 1,000,000 nagas and then I'll kill 1,000,000 super boars, etc.
Right.
And then I'll grind some humans for a while. It's not like that. It's cool because if you need to hunt the same monster like 5 or 6 times to get all the items you need to make a set of armor out of it, it's an epic fight every time. That's going to take you like 5-10 minutes just to kill one thing. So if you're not all that well geared, it could take you like 20-25 minutes up to almost an hour just to kill a single monster. And it's a really, and I hate to overuse the term, but it's a really epic engagement every time.
Yeah.
It really feels like you're locked in combat with this giant force of nature that is going to absolutely destroy you if you make a wrong step. And what's great about it is that it's a difficult game and it punishes you for playing poorly. And there's no like auto targeting or anything. It's a third person action game, but there's no like lock onto your target and then just smash the button and hit dodge at the right times. You have to aim your attacks. You have to time your attacks. Weapon swings are very slow. There are like the giant anime swords that are the size of like a sedan, but you swing it as though you actually had a sword made that's the size of a sedan. If you actually had a sword that size, it would take you a good minute to swing it, right? So nice. It's a really fun game if you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah. So I was actually on that note. I was actually listening to Giant Bomb this past week, and a couple of those guys have gotten into Monster Hunter, and they were saying like the best thing that Nintendo could do would be to make a Monster Hunter MMO style.
Yes.
Which there is apparently in Japan or something, or like
Correct.
some variation on it. And they were like, bring that to the US and just make millions of dollars. But they will not go like
for some reason they won't do it.
For some
and
reason.
the thing it's actually not a Nintendo game, it's Capcom.
Oh, okay.
And Capcom has for a very long time had Monster Hunter Frontier, which is for PC and Xbox 360. It was a big thing for Xbox 360 to get because the 360 didn't sell well in Japan at all. And even to the end of its life, it never sold well. So, they were trying to acquire certain IPs and stuff. And one of the big deals that they swung in Japan was Monster Hunter Frontier. Thing is, nobody plays it on Xbox 360. Everybody in Japan just plays it on PC. But it's literally just MMO style Monster Hunter. And the big thing is that it's on PC. Because everybody has a PC. Obviously, we're a PC gaming podcast. I might actually convince some of you guys to play it if Frontier was on PC, right? Probably.
Yeah.
It's kind of prohibiting when Monster Hunter 3U, the new one, is only out on the Wii U and 3DS. Most people don't have a Wii U.
I will never play that game unless it makes the jump.
Nobody. And it's weird because Monster Hunter started as a PlayStation. And for some reason, they made the jump to... I think they're still on PSP, but now it's pretty much on Nintendo. I have no idea how Nintendo swung that, but if they would just release Frontier in the US, I think that it would get a lot more attention. But the thing is historically, Monster Hunter hasn't sold all that well in America. It's starting to gain some steam with Monster Hunter 3U and stuff, but I feel like it's they're kind of like in this cycle of self-defeat where they're like, well, we need our sales to be better in order to justify releasing Frontier in America, but we're just going to release it on the Wii U in America to see how it does there. But nobody has a Wii U, so it's kind of they're just doing themselves
self-defeating.
Yeah, it's just it's not a self-fulfilling prophecy; it's a self-defeating prophecy. They're just gonna go cycle of it's never gonna make money.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's good. Nick Fenton, what have you been up to?
Just Cause 2, Smite, Bioshock. I feel like I'm missing something. But probably
no worries. Brandon, what have
let's see, I played Just Cause 2. I tried to stream that yesterday, had some issues, but streamed that. It's fantastic. Like Dan said, if you haven't played Just Cause 2 multiplayer, you're doing yourself a disservice because there's nothing like it, really. I've also been playing a lot of Smite. I don't really know what it is, but the game has captured me again.
All of you.
It's a fun game, and the thing is, I don't like the main Conquest game style that much. I like all the other ones. Like I like the Assault, which is basically their ARAM game mode. I like Arena. I like their daily. They have just weird daily game types, and so like today's is that it's a regular Conquest game, but everyone starts out with 100k gold. So you basically you start at level 1, but you already have all your items.
That's
and
awesome.
It basically completely breaks the game. Like the AD characters. Certain characters are just completely broken at,
with full builds.
With full builds at level 1, like full item builds. But yeah, it's been fun. I've been playing that with like Mark and Nick and some other people at night. So that's been good. And I played a little bit more BioShock, but I haven't really been home a whole lot. And then Just Cause 2 multiplayer is this weekend. So instead of marathoning BioShock, I marathoned Just Cause 2 instead.
Yeah.
And here we are.
I will say with those Smite, watching is it called Assault, the ARAM, the single?
Yeah, it's called Assault.
That is so fun to watch. Like
there's a lot of action.
You don't have any options. You just have to clash constantly.
I would love to be playing Smite with everybody, but I have to reinstall it every time I run it for some reason. So that's kind of discouraging.
Just tweet at Bart. I'm pretty sure he personally fixes issues like that. You should tweet at him.
Yeah.
I remembered what I didn't play. It was Orion Dino Horde.
Did you play it?
Oh god, you and Mark played it. You and reviewed it. I watched
for like an hour.
Oh my god, dude! The T-Rex spinning in the air in slow-mo.
Yeah, there were shimmers of fun to be had. It's like it's almost a game. It's almost there.
Which is great because it's being sold on Steam as a game.
There's like some weird physics bug. T-Rexes, they do flips.
So,
like they'll just be walking like 2 miles an hour, and then they'll just be like flipping around. Well,
did they do this again? Was this like an expansion, or was it a whole new game?
It's the same game patch.
Get it? It's renamed. It renamed the first game in your Steam library. You should have it if you have.
It's like we're sorry. Here's just patches it.
They play it off like it's a whole new game, but it's
I feel like it is kind of a weird release strategy because they have sent some marketing copy our way, and it's like it's a new game, but they just say everyone who already owns Dino Beatdown is going to own the new game. And it's like that's not really what you're doing. It's like the same game that I'm still going to own, but you're just adding stuff to it. But it's kind of a weird marketing message.
I mean, I'll give them credit where they count. Like the game's still pretty looking to an extent. The animations are garbage, but like the maps and stuff are kind of nice looking. You know, like they attempted to fix things, but apparently the main guy was out on the forums, like deleting threads and like I don't know, like trash talking people.
That usually goes pretty well. Ask the WarZ guys.
I mean, I'm not a big Metacritic proponent by any means, but when I just real quick did some quick little research here, 36 out of 100 so far, based on 5 reviews. Only 5 outlets would even review the thing so far.
Once again,
you have to go in with no expectations.
Once again, though,
But if this, but see, this is the difference though, Nick. If that was released as like, hey guys, look at this fun thing I made for free. That's free to play. That's
it'd be completely different. It'd be like, that's fun because it's dumb.
Right. But if you're paying, how much is it? Like to buy
serious.
How much is it? $10.
$10.
$10.
$9.99.
If you're spending $10 on this thing, I don't know. It's just
I went in knowing it was going to be bad, and it was bad, but it had a couple things that were hilarious.
Well, yeah, I mean, if that you can have fun with anything, really.
And we were giving it real-time ratings, me and Mark, and I think if our score came out to like 64 out of 10 was our overall thing. I think we gave it like 20 points for having T-Rex backflips and stuff like that.
Yeah. The final score was what, 54 or something?
Yeah, it was something ridiculous.
Yeah,
like
funny.
The thing is, and we've said this before. You came into this situation with jetpacks, guns, dinosaurs.
No, it's a Orion Dino Horde.
And you somehow still fucked it up. Like,
the game doesn't work. It doesn't work.
You had all these beautiful ingredients.
It has an FOV slider.
That's good.
Hey,
so it's really trying to cater to the audience then. That's good for them. That's good.
Good lord.
I guess
what else?
Some mild research on Eurogamer. They ran an article that people were suspecting they were doing this as a re-release to try and get a new Metacritic listing, which I guess didn't work out. Didn't work out for them.
Oh, not so far.
Yeah.
Like, I think I said this when I talked about it when I played it with Diction, much more briefly than I did with Mark. But I think the way I said it was like a turd that you bedazzled. That's how I phrased it.
Okay, so some people are saying that what I'm looking at is the same thing as Orion Dino Horde because it never actually got a Metacritic update, so they didn't game the system.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they were like, fuck you guys, you don't get a new.
It's to keep all the baggage of the other game.
That's funny. I mean, at some point, too, we could get into the intellectual side. Like, to me, this feels like someone who, for a long time, was like, when they were a kid, they were like, you know what? I want to make a game. I really want to make a game. And it's that thing where people were like, yeah, just follow your dreams, Billy. And Billy made this game called Orion Dino Beatdown, and he used the help of his friends, and he worked on this thing.
Oh, he used people.
Well, he used a lot of people. And despite everything in the world, he was going to get this thing finished, and no one was like, dude, you just stop, man. You don't have it, Jimmy. You don't have it. And I don't know, man. Like, why? And then why would you why do you think the internet forgets? Like, no one forgets. We don't forget.
I don't know if you remember around the release.
I remember all the controversy
of the original game of them stealing art assets and like all this kind of shit. And we had like pimped that game a lot because we liked the idea so much.
Got burned on that one.
We got pre-release copies.
I remember.
We got pre-release copies and we played it. And we ended up in a game with the devs, and my name was Butthole Destroyer in the game.
Demolition.
Oh, Butt Demolition.
Butt Demolition,
Yeah, Butt Demolition. And we're in the game with the devs with me named Butt Demolition. And this game is not working at all. It's just been crashing for everyone all night. And like,
dude, I relogged it. Like, to even play it, it was so buggy. Like, I don't even think I played it. Like, I would spawn in and I'd have a character model.
Most of us couldn't get in. Then we finally did. Like, and it was a crapshoot whether the options would work for you too. Like, it was. Yeah,
so bad. That's unfortunate, but you know what?
Oh, speaking of things, I remember something else that I tried to play. God mode. It has a FPS lock, no FOV options. So I'm just like waiting to see if that gets fixed. I got it for like $9, and I was like, you shoot things, and it's dumb. So. That's my review, is that I haven't played it for any kind of influential amount of time.
All right.
Well, real quick, I'll go real quick. We have gone way too long in this section, and we're going to have to power through the news. I played some Counter-Strike on Thursday. We had some epic esports moments that went down.
Yes, we did. The mimosa fuckery.
It was a mimosa fuckery, if I've ever seen one. So that is those highlights I think are clipped, and you can actually watch that VOD, just like you can watch the VODs of all of our streams. AJ streamed as well, and Nick as well, right?
I did. I watched that VOD, and that was quite an epic esports moment, I must say.
It was. I mean, as they rate, it's kind of up there, I think, for any in history. So I don't want to say it's number one, but it may be one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. That round, the way it panned out. So if you haven't seen it, we can link it in chat. What else? I played League of Legends, obviously, as I always do. So I didn't have really anything different this week, unfortunately for me. So let's play an ad and then do the news.
Yes, we're gonna play a 90-second commercial break, guys. Hopefully you don't get the Mountain Dew ad that crashes the stream, and we'll be right back. Brandon, I'm officially reporting that to you as a Twitch employee.
Yeah, I'm not the right channel for that.
Seriously, how do I report that ad though? Because it literally does. It's crashed the stream.
Well, you can send me an email or something. I can look into it tomorrow.
Yeah, because it's bad news.
I should
fix it right now.
Know.
It's one of it's one of those like skip ad after 5 seconds ones, and at 3 seconds it just locks up the ad, and then.
Well, that's definitely not a good thing.
Yeah. So.
If I knew how to fix that right now, I would, but I don't. So.
Yeah, please
How
do.
dare you eliminate Phil Fish? How dare you?
Are we eliminating him? Oh, that just happened? Oh.
I don't even want to talk about him. He's just...
Yeah.
He does suck. Let's not bring him in.
I feel like I think he thrives on the
He
drama.
wants this podcast to talk about him, so we're not going to talk
Yeah, exactly. Don't feed the troll. That is Phil Fish.
This specific podcast, he wants us to talk about him.
There's
You have to feed the fish.
Mary
I totally
in the
forgot
chat.
I linked that in chat.
It's palpable. It's palpable. Scott just saying it's palpable like 47 times.
Yeah.
As we were dragging on to our 4th hour of what we've played this week, I was just cleaning up my desktop and just like absentmindedly linked this picture I photoshopped with Jordy in chat.
Yeah, that's an awesome fucking picture. Jordan in Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. No, that length of now playing segment is what I like. That's what I want.
No, it's fine. You can never go too long because we are some of the most interesting people I've ever known.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I'm not.
I know that I contributed to that lasting way too long.
No, it was fine. It was good. It's shooting the
I
shit.
almost went into the amazing
good.
feeling of camaraderie that Brandon and I had in that car in Just Cause 2.
Yeah. So you guys get a little. You guys reach over, give it a little tug.
He might have given me a tug. I don't know. Yeah. That might have been when we wrecked.
Comment on that.
That's when
I think
we
they
wrecked.
left our faction and joined a separate faction that was named Roadhead.
We did have a pretty epic adventure in a sports car across the countryside.
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds sexual. Jeez.
And then drove it directly up a cliff.
It was just the
epic or
greatest
epic for the
feeling
win?
of freedom.
It was epic memes for the win.
So, all right. Moving on to the news.
I'm so glad we're talking about this trailer. Holy fuck.
Yeah, dude. Okay,
This
so
trailer.
Bethesda was putting out all these Vine videos. You don't know what Vine is. It's a little iPhone app.
I wanted this to be Wolfenstein so badly.
So did I, I'll be honest with you. But I'm pretty pumped about this, too. And they're 6-second teaser videos, and they put them out all week, and they were just weird and creepy, and, like, told you, they weren't even creepy half the time. It's just fucking weird. But anyway, they put these out all week, and then they finally revealed on, I believe it was Friday, their new game, The Evil Within. And what is exciting about this game, now, not being a horror game, it's kind of whatever. That's kind of the flavor of the year right now.
Yeah.
After the Amnesia thing sweeping YouTube, and then all the games to come out of that. But this is being developed hand in hand with one of the legends of this genre, the creator of the original Resident Evil, Shinji Mikami, and that gets me super excited because I
might say he has a little bit of credibility in the space.
Yeah, and he left that series when it turned to shit. So
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, he was gone before it turned to shit. As soon as he left, that was when Resident Evil kind of went off the rails.
With the horror guys, it's always fun to see if they still got it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, George Romero went and made, like, Land of the Dead, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
And then he made, what was it? It was like...
Those are the best Resident Evils. Person saying he did 1 and 4, and those are
those
both considered quite good. So,
although 4, I don't know. Well, it depends on if he's trying to scare or like 4 wasn't that scary. It was creepy, but
1 was terrifying. Terrifying.
Yeah, but what I was saying, like if when I said if he still got it. When I say you still got it, it means you need to come up with new and creative ways.
It's new.
To
It's not rehashed. Yeah.
Because go back and play Resident Evil now. It was scary at the time. It absolutely was. But like as a culture, we become more and more desensitized to scary stuff. So that's why like something comes along like Amnesia, and Amnesia was just like pants-shittingly terrifying. But and it just makes like the old Resident Evil games look like third-person action games.
RE1 still holds the most terrifying moment for me in a video
When the dog
game
jumps
ever.
through the window or
Yes.
whatever it is.
So bad. I remember that exact moment too.
Yeah, I remember that.
Just basically threw my PlayStation across the room at that point.
Pissed your little pants, didn't you, Daniel?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
done.
But
Yeah, I mean, was this out of left field that it was a horror game? Obviously, like because
it is out of left field in my
I
opinion.
had no idea that they were going to be working on a
Can
horror
I tell you why I don't care yet? Can I just say why I don't care?
Here we go.
Here we
All
go.
right,
Go ahead.
Obviously.
My
Go ahead.
logical reasons as a consumer:
Oh, boy.
1, no gameplay.
Okay, all right.
2,
yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
development team that has
no,
never made anything. Those are my 2
Actually,
reasons.
it's the
You're done.
the Skyrim team is working on this.
Yeah.
No, it is
GG.
What did
Yes,
they
it
ever
is.
make?
No, it is not.
Besides
It is
Skyrim.
Mango GameWorks.
No, I'll side with Nick on this one though. Like I also it's exciting.
Don't go to that
but I
side.
also-
Once you're there, Brandon, you
No, no,
can't
no.
come back. Brandon, if you side with Nick, you're done. We're done.
No, I agree that this is a lot of like marketing hype, and it's cool to have a name. It's cool to have a name who has worked on projects that have been successful in the genre before, but doing the Vine teasers and then doing like an exclusive thing with IGN reeks of like dumb gaming marketing stuff that doesn't tell me anything substantive about the game. So cool idea, but let's get some gameplay
just-
footage.
I can see
Remain
what you're saying.
skeptical,
I agree.
yeah.
I just like to buy into the hype. I don't know. I like to buy into it. I like
No,
to have fun with it. This trailer, though, to me was just impressive in that it was disturbing as fuck. And the ending of that trailer with whatever
Yeah.
that four-armed woman covered in blood, like there was some visual shit that I just hadn't seen really
see-
before. That was really cool.
Yeah,
that they
there's
did.
no gameplay. I'm totally with you there. We've agreed on this in the past that
Can I
I'm
just
no gameplay.
can I
But Nick,
clarify
there's still-
something?
Nick.
Can I clarify something for the people listening? Because apparently I'm hating right now.
No.
What I'm doing is being indifferent. I don't have any
Oh,
opinions.
God.
There's nothing to
said
put
no.
opinions. There's nothing to put opinions into, is what I'm saying. I'm not gonna get excited for something that I don't know what it is.
You sound
Like,
really indifferent.
You
right
know
now.
why? Because that's a defense mechanism. Because you've been hurt before, Nick, and we can talk about it. But listen, that's no way to go through
Bad
life.
games? Yeah, I've played a lot of bad games.
Warm water all the time. It's like, what's the? Oh, you know what? Because I'm not going to get burned, or I'm not going to get my teeth hurting because it's too cold. But you know what? Lukewarm water sucks a fat dick. So how about you just choose one? Either choose hatred or love, Nick. Choose. Just choose. bro.
I'm gonna choose not hyping something rather than being Reddit masturbating.
By the
That's
way,
what I'm choosing.
I was not hyping this. I think it's
Well,
exciting.
how are you
What do you-
hyped?
can
We're
I
saying
not
this
think
looks
that's
cool.
exciting?
Can you just say it looks cool, Nick?
There's nothing to say it
wrong.
looks cool.
And can
There's
you
no
please?
gameplay. The
It's
video
not about
games.
gameplay. How?
Can you also please
It was-
cool it with the
there
Reddit
is,
hate?
There it is. I'm done. Nope. We're talking about video games.
No, I'm talking about something. This is a video game podcast, but we also comment on other things, and this is also for a video game. So you could be like, this trailer looks cool. Like I don't even. It's just
He's pretty upset right now.
This is the hipster mentality that frustrates me about the internet, and I love Nicholas Fenton to death. But my God, it's like it's too cool to just take something at face value for being, because there must be some ulterior motive or some way we're gonna get fucked. I'm telling you guys.
I'm telling. I just wish he would lay off Reddit. They caught that guy from Boston.
All right,
They're national heroes.
I need
Just,
a clarification
like anything
on
It's
something on this game. I need clarification on something on this game. Bethesda announces that the Skyrim team is going to work on their next game. On Bethesda's next game. Bethesda's next game.
which
is
would be
The
that.
Evil Within. So how is the Skyrim team not working on this game? I'm being told it's something else. Nick said something else. People in chat, so I'm looking this up.
I'm not.
right
I'm
now.
not sure. They might. They could also be talking about Elder Scrolls Online.
That game's already been worked on. This team was just told to work on other stuff.
That game's
I-
been twerked
I
on.
don't know.
Yeah. So if it is another studio, maybe they're working on another studio too. Oh, Bethesda's just publishing this one? They're not actually working on it? Well, that actually scares me. Now I'm actually not as happy as I was 2 minutes
Right.
ago.
I think Nick's
that's
point
not
though
even-
is like this trailer looks like it could have just as easily been for a movie or a TV show.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, it's a cool idea, but it's like it doesn't.
On two different planes, though. That's not my argument. My argument is that trailer is fucking cool. I'm not gonna say. I'm not. Of course, I'm not gonna go out and pre-order this game. I haven't seen anything on it.
Yeah, we
I
don't
know.
know.
It is a
We
cool
don't even
trailer.
know what it
Thanks for
is. We don't even know what the game is really.
No,
Obviously,
no
it's going to be some sort of horror, but we don't know if it's going to be a Resident Evil style game where you're some
Yeah.
sort of elite soldier, or if it's going
I
to
mean,
be.
it could suck a fat dong, dude. Fucking evil. The trailer for Dead Island was epic,
Well,
and I know a lot of people like that game, but that game for me was fucking garbage.
We just have to do our diligence as a gaming podcast to remind people that you see cool things, but remember, don't just throw money at your screen when you see cool things.
Yes.
I don't think either me or Dan were endorsing throwing money at this game. We were just commenting on.
I'll tell you this: someone just said never pre-order games. I'm never pre-ordering again after SimCity.
Oh God.
Never again.
EA has made people promise a lot of things to themselves in the past couple of years.
Never again. Well, I didn't say EA games. I just said in general. On paper, that game was going to be the greatest thing ever, but no.
People in chat are saying Nick Fenton killed himself. I mean, that's actually a possibility.
He may have.
If he comes back and starts standing on his chair, please kick him from the call. We don't.
I don't want anyone to see that.
Moving on. The Evil Within, though, guys, coming out in 2014, PC and all other platforms. Anyway, Bethesda is publishing it apparently and not developing it. Resident Evil guy. There's your summary. So
basically, we don't care because it's not Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that boat because I thought it was going to be Brandon. I
wanted it. I once they started releasing more teasers, I knew it wasn't, but I was like, I want Wolfenstein so badly.
Wolfenstein has a lot of the occult in it. If you remember in 3D, that was kind of the whole thing. And the 6-second Vine teaser was in like a cathedral, the last one, with like creepy shadow guys, and I was like, this really could be like a darker Wolfenstein. Oh, that would
I wanted it to be.
Yeah. But so moving on, Razer in one of the
good guy Razer.
Good guy Razer, definitely good guy Razer. So basically, what had happened was this was in the UK, I believe. Yeah, customers at Razer's UK online store discovered a coupon code that would give them 90% off anything. So you could get an Edge at a price that made sense, and you could get a
God damn.
You could get the tablet or the laptop at the Blade at a price that made sense at 90% off. But the code was just 1234, and it was because it apparently looks like it was because the people who run the checkout system that they use were like testing the code or something. Ooh. And so in this Verge article that I have, it says that the Verge reached out to Digital River, which handles a lot of online stuff like that, but for comment, no comment yet. But rather than like reversing all the orders, the only restriction Razer put on it is like if you ordered like 30 mice, they said we're only giving you the coupon on one item per.
Yeah.
So, which makes sense. I mean, they would have seriously been destroyed. They're going to take a huge loss anyway, but
we say good guy Razer, they're probably putting the entire bill on that service. On the digital whatever, I forget. I already forget what you said their name was.
It's definitely going to come back to whoever did that.
Yeah.
Somebody there doesn't have a job now either.
No. And/or is dead in a gutter somewhere.
So, but I mean, it's cool that they're like legally they don't have to do that. They can I think the UK laws are at least mildly similar to the US, where like if they mislabel something or like they accidentally do something like that, they don't have to honor all the orders.
Right.
So this is going to cost, whether it's them or the company that does their online fulfillment, it's going to cost someone a ton of money. So I'm actually surprised that they did this. I think it's probably it at least puts them a notch above in my book, like to actually honor it, and that's good.
No, I'm totally down with that because they didn't have to do that whatsoever. Nick has rejoined us. We're talking about the Razer coupon thing, Nick.
We thought you committed suicide.
Yeah, we were getting worried.
Well, I'd probably commit suicide when I learned that video games aren't about gameplay too.
Oh my god.
Anyway, moving on to our next thing.
Yes, please, for the love of God.
BlizzCon tickets go on sale on Wednesday. So if you're in that area, or if you're just a huge fan of Blizzard, Anaheim Convention Center in November. And if I had to think, what would be there, I would think you might get a peek at the next D3 expansion, and you'll probably get an in-person peek at Titan, if not a playable level of Titan or area. I have nothing to base that on, but I feel like that is probably what they're going to show, given that there wasn't a BlizzCon last year. So they took a year off because they were so deep in development. They said so.
If there's one thing I learned from the PAX Prime ticket sales, it's that I am now a sociopath and I'm going to buy BlizzCon tickets immediately and then hawk them for 400% on eBay.
Can I talk about the PAX Prime ticketing system real fucking quick?
While I was in that queue, literally all of my compassion as a human being was burned away, was just stripped away by that queue. Which is why I don't feel any guilt buying BlizzCon tickets and selling them on eBay.
Let's be clear. PAX is fucking huge, all right? It's like the biggest nerd event there is, or one of them, if not the biggest. You know, it's games, it's tabletop gaming, it's tons of keynotes from really, really cool people. It is massively popular. It sells out in a day every time, at least the last few years. So, I see the fucking tweet from the official PAX thing the second it happens, right? But they don't ever tell you that you run the biggest gaming event of the year that the public can attend. E3 doesn't count. You need to give people a date as to when it's going on sale before it happens. Yeah. It is bullshit. It is absolute bullshit.
Some people work, don't have internet access, don't have, like, you know, aren't able to get online.
My example was Tino's, who you guys might know, admin here on Twitch. He was in class at the time and missed his chance, essentially, to get a ticket, simply because, and I bet you $1 million, unless he had some, like, huge midterm or something, he would have probably, if he had known, he's very, dedicated to going to these events. If he had known, he probably would have stayed home from class and,
or at least had somebody do it for him, or something.
Yeah, something. He would have made some arrangement. And it's just absolute crap that you run an event this large. And last year, Prime had a huge fiasco with the checkout system, which actually completely broke last year.
But luckily, they didn't run out of tickets so quickly last year. Whereas this year,
10 minutes.
They ran out of tickets in under 20 minutes. I could not believe that they just tweeted it out, and then like 20 minutes later, 4-day passes were gone. That was incredible to me.
And within minutes, there were packs of 4-day passes on Reddit for sale.
I still
within minutes.
On Reddit?
Yeah, people were putting Reddit threads up. Will sell at a premium, and on eBay. They were on eBay as well, obviously.
I still need to figure out how to get my Saturday passes. I ordered two sets of passes, so because when I got through, I was amazed that I even got through for any passes whatsoever. Saturday tickets had sold out by then, so I bought 2 because that was all I could afford to just buy now, just in case somebody, because I know somebody's going to need them. You know,
and it's. And
I'm not going with anybody.
They didn't announce it for PAX East either, and they didn't announce it for Prime last year, and they didn't announce the date they'd be on sale for PAX East the year before. I just don't. They were the only event. If a huge concert or event is coming to your town, you know the day tickets for that thing are going on sale. Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go see my favorite band, and I know tickets go on sale at 9 a.m. on this day. It is a travesty that an event as big as PAX is run this way.
The only thing is I'll play devil's advocate here. Just not that I agree with it, but I'll play devil's advocate and say that given that they tweeted it and they still ran out of passes that quickly, if they gave a date and time that passes were going on sale, that it would I mean, it's a DDoS, right? Whatever ticket company does it would crash, and people would be even more upset.
Just go through Ticketmaster, bro.
Their fucking queue didn't work anyway. Not for me, but I know it didn't work for other people.
QuakeCon tickets went on sale on Monday, and basically the same thing happened. Like, it was a complete fiasco. Their database could not handle the load, and I sat there for literally 2 hours at work, refreshing pages, like getting halfway through the process before I couldn't anymore because it wouldn't load. And like, it's terrible. I don't know that there is a good way for these events to sell tickets because there's so much demand over the capacity that they have. But
why can't you just you should be able to give it time, dude? Big giant concert events.
I agree. I completely agree. It's just like they need to have a better system in place to handle that load and to sell those tickets. And I think the way QuakeCon does it, I think you have to show them your driver's license. Like, you can't sell your pass. And I don't know if PAX...
There's no system for PAX.
And I don't know that PAX has so many people that I don't know that it's feasible to do that. But I think you have to figure out something, because it's getting to the point where you have people who are just buying tickets to scalp them, and you're turning, like, people who actually care about the event aren't able to go because of that, and that's going to be a problem.
And it's not like trying to get One Direction tickets where you can just mug teenage girls outside the venue.
That's right. Yeah.
Kids do go to PAX, but they go with their parents, and I'm not going to fight with some dad.
Right.
Yeah.
Or yeah. There's some ripped nerds out there, man.
I'll gladly brandish a knife to a teenage girl, though. I'm totally okay with that.
I mean, they're old enough that your parents think they can just drop them off and go, but I'm there.
But it's just, and it sucks because I mean, hopefully we're gonna get. Ches ended up getting some passes that I will end up using, but like hopefully we get media anyway, and it doesn't matter. I think we're going to this year, but regardless, it's just
that
like
doesn't help your layperson who
no,
just
it
like
doesn't
wants to
help
go
your
with his dad or his
layperson
friend
at
or something.
Exactly.
It sucks. And it was the middle of the fucking day on a work day,
Yeah.
too. It was like, and most concert tickets, if I recall, go on sale on like Fridays usually at like 9 in the morning, which is also during work. But you could go before work and get in line or something. It's terrible. It's just terrible in every way. You should feel bad, PAX. You should feel bad.
And so, in conclusion, BlizzCon tickets are on sale Wednesday.
Yes. Hopefully they don't fuck you.
See, the crazy thing too is BlizzCon costs $175 per person. PAX isn't even that expensive. Like I'm kind of surprised that PAX hasn't gotten more expensive, given that they do sell out that quickly. I mean, I'm sure they already make a fair bit of profit from those events, but they could be making even more. Like, okay, so you price it higher.
I'm happy not having
This is not a revolutionary thing. If you're selling out in 20 minutes, it's not a secret that you could be charging more for your product.
It's got to be like a choice that they make just to not be dicks. Just to try to get. Well, I was gonna say make it more openly available, but that's obviously the issue we're having right now. So
can I tell you why I hate BlizzCon?
No.
Okay. One, no gameplay.
I said no.
That's false. Actually, there usually is gameplay.
Yeah, that's usually.
Anyway, moving on to our last two stories. This one's really quick, but I just thought it was kind of crazy and also awesome. So, The Witcher 3 is coming out. It's going to be a massive game. In the gameplay demo that PC Gamer got to play, the island they were on was bigger than the world of Skyrim, or something insane like that. So the game's going to be really big. But as far as people who like the kind of moral choices that rule over The Witcher 1, at least, I can't speak to The Witcher 2. It's probably set up the same way a lot. But Witcher 3 will have 36 different endings. So if you're into
I was
making all the decisions.
Okay, so
I couldn't get into Witcher 2. I know it's supposed to be amazing, but
if there's 36 different endings, and people had a fit over Mass Effect 3's endings, how many of those endings are gonna suck and people are gonna be really pissed about it?
Well, when they say ending variations, it's probably not like they're not 36 hugely different endings.
The way they phrased it in the world was the way they phrased it. So
yeah,
it's probably a technicality. Like technically, we have 36 endings, and technically
this person die, so they're not going to be here at the end of the game. So
that's very possible.
Technically, there's billions of guns in Borderlands 2. That was like
honestly, I almost hope that it is what you just said, Nick. That like that 36 counts any ending state that
would
is
be
different.
Impressive just from a development standpoint.
Exactly, because otherwise, if they actually are trying to have 36 very different endings, that means they're probably spending way too much time on the story and not enough time on the gameplay and other elements. So I
would like to see Witcher 3 be a little bit more accessible in terms of combat, because I understand that,
should
Witcher
be more
2
accessible in terms of everything. That game is fucking hard.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would love to keep progressing in that
combat's
game, but I'm just
bad.
like honestly, even when I was doing well in the combat, I was like not having fun.
I read the whole PC Gamer preview, which I didn't link in here. It's like 4 pages of a preview that they got to play, and they said the combat is much, much better.
I hope so.
And that the devs totally are behind what people have said about the combat of Witcher 2.
Because a lot of
terrible.
A lot of the times in Witcher 2, it didn't feel like it was hard because it was challenging. It felt like it was hard because it wasn't good. Like it wasn't put together well enough. If that like the controls weren't very great. There were a lot of really awesome aspects of the game, and I understand why people love it, but I couldn't get into it mostly because of the combat.
So.
I would real quick like to state why I like The Witcher 2. The cutscenes are fucking fantastic. Did you guys see the cutscenes in Witcher?
Yeah, the first second you get a shot of titties, so...
Yeah. No, but the cutscenes really were beautiful in that game.
Oh, the whole game is beautiful. Yeah.
All of Witcher's CG is great, and I think that's pretty cool.
Moving on, Brandon, you highlighted this one. I read the man's email, which let me get his name. So thanks to Tim for this rant/story. Oh yes, George G from the UK. I feel like you're probably Georgie Beats in the IRC, but I don't know that for sure. Sent us this story of the horrible state of UK ISPs. And go ahead, Brandon.
Virgin Media just can't. I don't even know where to begin. They're apparently now they have this detailed guide to traffic management they're imposing on their customers, where different price tiers, you have bandwidth limits that apply in certain time frames. So like 4 p.m. to 11 p.m.
And this is no matter what your connection speed is, right?
Right. It's just that the thresholds change for certain connection speeds. So like you have thresholds of data usage by the hour. And so, like, for instance, if you're on a 30 megabit connection between 4 p.m. and 11 p.m., if you use more than 2.75 gigabytes, you get your speed reduced by 30%. And then, like, if you use 3.5 gigs in 2 hours, you get your speed reduced by 40%. So me explaining that, there's a chart. There is a chart on their website that is just a bunch of numbers and times and things. It's like, I don't know how, one, this is dumb, period. Like, this is really stupid. How do you expect anyone to try and decode, like, oh wait, can I download this thing during this time? How large is this? And is it going to put me over my threshold and get my speed reduced? It's just completely ridiculous.
Like, how bad would it suck? So, BioShock Infinite is a pretty massive game, right?
Dude, it's like 20 gigs or something.
Yeah. So you're like, you get home, after school,
download that
and
shit.
It's between whatever that time was. You got 60 megabytes down, dude. You're pumped, dude. You're gonna get like 7 megs a second on Steam. It's gonna be amazing. So you hit this limit, and then immediately your download becomes slower.
Well, and the thing is, too, these threshold times are 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. on the weekdays, which sucks, but okay, those are clearly prime time usage hours. On the weekends, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. So just all day. Just all day. If you have... And even for their highest package, their 120 megabit tier, your thresholds are like if you download 5 gigs in an hour, you get throttled. If you download 6 gigs in 2 hours, you get throttled.
Imagine streaming.
Dude,
yeah, I mean, Virgin Media, not streaming friendly, so don't give them your business ever.
Quick shout out to all the people in Australia who have just let us know that this is nothing new and that Australians have been suffering from this for dick years. So.
I know that there are ISPs around the world that do this kind of stuff, and they deserve to be highlighted too. This is just a recent one that is terrible.
Props to Australia, though, for the Australian government putting putting gigabit internet everywhere in the country over the next 3 years.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Props to them for having the shittiest internet right now, but soon.
I mean, I feel like this just wouldn't fly. This just couldn't fly in America. There's a certain. Like, this is anti-American.
So sure, Scott.
This year.
Yeah,
no, it could happen.
Already pretty shitty anyway. So.
Well, it's really bad.
This is why we need things like Google Fiber.
I, for one, welcome our Google overlords.
Save us,
Fiber
Google.
ensures that the incumbent like telcos can't do this, because otherwise
No, totally. It's not that they can't do it or that they don't do it. It's just that if we're given this information as Americans, there's nothing we can't do anything. We will petition the fuck out of this. Starvation in Africa is terrible, but we will take this cause up much more with
Reddit
much
will
more.
fix
This
it.
is actually the kind of thing that Reddit is great for, because like this kind of stuff would blow up on Reddit. It
Right.
would become a huge
Exactly.
deal.
That's my point. Like people would be like, "This is ridiculous. We can't let this happen." Whereas I don't know what happens in Australia. People just accept it because it's a monopoly. I guess they can't do anything, right?
They have like
That's what people are
0.5 up
saying.
usually. Like that's
Yeah,
the average
it's a
upload,
monopoly.
and, like you just
Yeah, that
kind of
sucks.
that's how it is.
The
So
government's run by kangaroos anyway.
Well, we all know that.
so we're gonna take a quick 90-second commercial break and then come back with several questions from you guys. Some a little bit more in depth than others. So we kind of rushed to that news. Might be a little longer cast this week though, so that's all right. So we'll be right back. That fucking picture of Scott.
Oh God, talk now. Oh Christ. Go
Who
look.
is that you're with?
What is this?
I honestly.
Oh,
thought
that's
that might have-
yeah, that's
it-
way back. That's from PAX.
Is it
forever ago.
E3 or PAX?
That's wait, was that E3? I think it
Yeah, I
might
think
be.
it's E3.
It looks like E3.
Okay, I swear to God, I thought that was a Photoshop of Scott's face. I
No,
didn't actually
that's
realize
my
that was a
actual
real
expression.
picture.
That's
You like
I'm
that?
sorry.
No. I know the expression
Yeah.
was you. I didn't
It's-
realize the body was you. Like I thought that was another picture that someone.
Just because
photoshopped
of the way the lighting is, it looks like somebody photoshopped your face onto your
Yeah,
body.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the beard. You know, is a
Scott
cutout.
has lost
such.
many pounds.
I've lost
though.
quite a bit of weight since a year ago. Yeah, we should also face swap that. That needs to be face swapped.
Yeah.
Do face swapped. I bet someone will do. I bet if we post this in chat, someone will do that by the end of the cast. They'll do the face
All right,
swap.
good. That
Now
is the
that's
goal.
me.
I keep looking at that picture above it too. God damn.
God,
Tiny
the frick-
Dan.
One
staring
above
at
it.
that ass.
It's too good.
Tiny Dan the ass man,
cut
aka
the-
Infinite Ass.
I got the first
Someone
question,
link the
Brandon.
picture.
I cut the
What?
first question because it was discussing the Orion thing.
Oh,
So I
okay.
just
Well,
covered
we've
it, so.
handled that pretty
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
What the
Yeah.
fuck is this?
A turd that was
Katie's Zen
bedazzled.
question- This Katie Zen question is definitely pandering. but
That should be our rating system, Nick. It's like a mediocre game. It's a turd with some bedazzle.
No, I wouldn't say turd bedazzled is mediocre.
One of you link the Scott picture, so someone can face swap it.
I don't know who put it in there.
Yeah, we'll have to upload it somewhere. Probably Nick. It's Nick. Who do you think uploaded
Gotta
it?
be Nick. Yeah.
Nick. Look at him. Look at him over there with
All
his
right,
Hitler.
guys. We are back from the break. Katie Zen 18 with the first question here from Twitter. This gentleman attempts to make these, but it doesn't take away from his genius. In fact, it might even add to it.
Yeah, it could be.
His question, howdy, there he is.
Oh fuck!
Okay.
You can do this.
You could stimulate anus with Littell,
Comma.
B mixtape, CD while Orb stares into anus shouting once more with Gusta, please up Tove.
Please up to.
Up Tove. Oh my god! It's for some reason the please up Tove or upvote at the end of any question makes it so much funnier. I don't know why.
I put it in chat for everyone because
I don't know why.
I'm sorry. But
This is going back to my Prezzo Bam.
Obam.
Obam,
That's all I
yeah.
call him now is Obam. My favorite part is the little b separated with a comma.
Littell, comma B.
I feel like that probably took him about a half hour to write.
It was like perfectly formulated.
That's part of the brilliance. Is it's hard to sound that retarded, but also sound like it could be a real thing.
It's
So-
a gift.
It is a
It's
gift. It's well done.
You've made Brandon cry, so there you go.
Yeah.
Congrats. The question, I think the answer is yes.
There's something about Orb doing something, staring and shouting. So I'll say yes. I mean that could.
So wait. It's about stimulating an anus with a little B mixtape, which could definitely be done. And
Yeah.
stares into anus.
Into
and
the
Orb is-
said anus.
Orb is also there shouting once more with Gusta.
Yeah, which is,
And then
once more with
someone's
Gusto,
up-
but
Upvoting this possibly on Reddit,
Yeah.
like it's video.
Yeah, it's a GIF maybe.
Yeah, again, it could be
And
done.
I think you could stimulate your anus either physically with the tape itself or by like putting your ass up to a subwoofer that's playing the tape.
That's true too.
true.
That's a good point.
Or up to little b.
There's a lot of
too.
yeah.
Um,
Praise the base god. Yeah.
So I think we decoded it, and thank you once again, KDZen. Don't ever become normal. So next question is from K9 Hadouken. If you could create a League of Legends skin for someone else on the podcast, what would it be, and what currency would you have to pay for it in?
Well, the obvious answer here is Nick Fenton, because he sells.
He does sell.
Fenton sells. And I think my Nick Fenton skin would cost 5 bedazzled turds.
Mine would, the currency for whatever this would be in Bitcoin. Would be the currency.
It would be like about 1 billion bitcoins for one.
Yeah, it'd be a billion bitcoins for one Fenton skin.
More bitcoins than exist in the Bitcoin system.
Yeah.
Yep.
The entire Bitcoin exchange. What would the skin be called? I don't even know.
I don't know what the skin would be called, but it would have a voice pack, so it'd be like a legendary skin. And if it was Nick Fenton, it would just change all like the vocal stuff that happens in the game from characters into like, I don't care. This sucks. Who gives a fuck? And that would be the voice
There's
pack.
no gameplay.
Take me back to the Nexus.
And yeah, you couldn't play the game with it because
and
it would just sit. You had to sit on your Nexus with this skin.
Look how
Occasionally, your character would say, "This is bullshit," and walk off the screen.
Just off the screen.
just like mid.
Just
totally ignoring your control.
Could you gank, please? No. My character just left.
No,
He's
dumb.
He refuses to participate.
Peaceful protest from Nick Fenton.
Oh man. What would mine be?
That's about all I got.
Yeah, LOL skin.
Mine would be for Bob, and you have to pay in more children.
I like that.
Shots fired.
It's Bob. Well,
he's
actually,
not even here.
It'd be
not.
for Bob, and it just can never play the game. Kind of like the Nick Fenton skin, but this one always has to run back to the Nexus, like constantly.
Nice.
Like it can never leave.
My Bob skin would just be super angry and just screaming at everything, just like I don't even know, just not even understandable.
Well, I think we actually need to pick a character that we would reskin as either Nick Fenton or Bob.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if anyone saw the Bob tweets at about 4 a.m. Eastern Saturday.
Oh,
Bob
definitely
tweeted that his children had woken up, thrown up on one another, and then started screaming.
R.I.P.
I
Bob.
was like, "Wow, dude!
Yeah,
wow.
That's Bob's life.
Yep, that's Bob's life right there." So,
Show.
all right,
What's
moving
gonna happen?
to a somewhat similar serious question.
Yeah.
Or is Brandon killing it before we even get it started?
Well, he
Is
just
that what just happened in the doc?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
There we go. We're good.
So Dan B in an email asked, "Is the quality of games degrading over time compared to games from the earlier 2000s till now? Quality meaning the game as a whole. Are there less good games now than there were back then? For example, we haven't had an amazing year of shooters in a while. 2007 had Halo 3 and COD 4, 2 great games." My thought on this, and I think we may
Hold
have
on.
talked...
Hold on.
go
First of all, I'd like to correct. It's not less good games. It's fewer good games.
there we go.
And,
Grab the police
So
on it.
please
Yes. Well,
keep that in mind for your
and that-
questions.
and that,
Bitch slapped by Brandon. Wow.
but my
Can
thought...
I take this? Well, no,
go ahead.
You
Well, let me start off.
Yeah, you go ahead.
My thought initially is, it is easier than ever to make games, so therefore there are more games, not necessarily more quality, but more. So I mean, you're gonna see more crap because there's more, and there's just flat out more. But go ahead, Nick. That would be my thought.
I was gonna say, looking back, and you can make this argument for any form of media, for movies, music, etc., as well as video games, that as you look back, you only remember the good stuff. You're not going to remember that shit game you played once for 5 minutes. And if you go back, every console, like back in 2000s and before that in the 90s, any time period, any console, there were the good ones you remember, and there was a whole lot of shit. Take a look at, I mean, back in 2000s, that was what, like, if we're talking console, PlayStation 1 and 64, that, like, there were so many shit games. We remember Super Mario 64, we remember Final Fantasy 7 on PC, we remember, like, I didn't play PC games back then, but...
Here's the thing about N64 in particular. That system, the majority of games were absolute shit
horrible
for the
and that's not to say that it's not worth having an N64. I have an N64, and I still love playing some of the games. Super Mario 64, all the Zeldas that were on it, Zelda, Majora's Mask, and Ocarina of Time. there were amazing games on it, Star Fox 64, but there was also, for every one of that, there were 5 Superman 64, Quest 64, and Castlevania 64 that were all just shit. Yeah. And, well, people are going to debate about Quest and Castlevania, but...
I think Dan makes a good point that because game development is easier, not as a whole, but it's just more accessible, like with Unreal Engine and people being able...
The indie rise.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have more games to pick from these days, and so I think we definitely do see some of the lower quality stuff, and it's just that the quality games are changing. Like, we see quality, you can debate this if you want, but like quality MOBA kind of games that didn't exist because back, in the earlier 2000s, we had a lot of quality shooter games, and so it's like you see quality in different genres and kind of different trends with the games that companies decide to make. But overall, I mean, we still see a lot of high quality games.
Yeah,
and you're gonna be surprised what you're gonna remember as such a great game that you're gonna recall so fondly. Because at the time, it doesn't seem that great, but nostalgia is a factor that really flavors things in a positive light, and you're going to be like, oh my god, I really like that game, and you're going to forget how much you liked it, and you're going to replay it, and you're going to like it even more because of nostalgia. And there are so many good games out right now, and everybody, we live in a very cynical age where everybody is a critic.
The internet.
And I mean, for example, Team Fortress 2, it's free, it's amazing. I was just thinking, I've been playing TF2 a lot. I honestly think that's, in my opinion, coming from my perspective, that is the best game that's come out in 10 years. That is an amazing game, and that's pretty recent. That was like 2007, I think it was 2007. So there's still, oh god, that's actually not that recent. It's depressing to think about.
No, it's all, I totally think you're right. It's a mix of what both of you said. It's a mix of the nostalgia glasses that, people on Reddit love to throw around in our gaming. God, what a cancer. And, it's a mix of more people being involved, obviously.
And it's let's put it this way. Orion Dino Horde does not get made 10 years ago. Like, it just doesn't.
No, totally.
And it doesn't get on
that's
Steam.
Not necessarily true.
No. 10 years ago, it would have maybe been a mod for another game.
That's right.
But it wouldn't have been them
like
breaking out on their own. Breaking out on their own and being able to create that game as like a company and have a standalone version of it.
And I realized that Steam did not exist 10 years ago, but let's say it did, that game wouldn't have been a thing on Steam even.
It's almost a decade old.
Yeah.
Almost.
But it wouldn't have been on Steam in those early days.
Yeah, it is definitely easier, I think, for people to release like a broken game because of how much easier it is to distribute games these days. But it's not like there weren't broken games. There were plenty of like movie games, especially. I talked about Superman 64. I mean,
we live in an era now where that can be rectified. Granted, it still sucks when you get something shitty, but there was no patches for those fucking consoles. It was like, I just paid. This is my money, and I just got shit on. So
yeah, the digital distribution piece of it, I think, has made it where a lot of the games that we see now, on Steam and on other services that are actually released for people to buy, back a decade ago, those might have been projects that got left on the floor because there wasn't a good way to get those out to people in a cheap, efficient manner. Whereas now, it doesn't cost anything to release a game like that. So I think we see a lot of things now that are passion projects that people wouldn't have been able to sell for money a decade ago.
Yep, and the industry just as a whole has matured a lot. I mean, in the 90s, video games were 10 years old in the early 90s, essentially, like as in modern consoles and PC gaming, kind of even a remnant of what it is now. But you had, you maybe had Doom 2 on your PC, and then a point-and-click game, or Myst. Right, and that was it. Those were the games you had. 2 games. And for, N64, or for PlayStation, when I got my PlayStation, I had Tekken and Warhawk for, months.
Yep.
Maybe even the first year, that was it. Those were the games that I had. And then, because I couldn't afford then as well.
Right.
And $10 games, that wasn't...
They weren't. I think the more I think about this question, it just keeps getting better to be. It's actually the total opposite. It's the best time to be a gamer in any time.
It's just we live in a great time for video games, and everybody. I think that, as I said before, I think the main reason it may sometimes seem shittier than it actually is because everybody has grown so cynical in recent years.
Yeah, it's true.
And that originally wasn't pointed at Nick Fenton, but now I'm going to point it at the corner of his head.
Yeah. I can barely see him, so I don't even know if I can point anything.
He's slipping away.
He's leaving us.
I think that's a still screen. He's not. Oh, there he is.
Oh.
Now it's just like
nice shot of his light.
God damn it.
It's legit.
But yeah, I would say I agree with everything we just said. I mean, there's more, which doesn't necessarily mean better, but there's also a lot of really good games that wouldn't be there, in the old system or old way of things. And we're moving on to our final question here from I am Cyberwaste, an Aussie.
Real quick, I played against Cyberwaste in a Smite match last night and destroyed him. So that's why you
mentioned earlier in the chat.
Yeah,
his 400 ping probably did him no favors.
Probably not.
We actually can't answer your question now. You got destroyed too bad. Sorry.
Sorry, dude.
No, we're making up. We're asking his question because I feel bad about it.
To make up for your now loose anus.
Hey, we didn't gang up on Nick Fenton. He flipped out and left. I don't even know what happened. Him and Scott had a tiff. All right.
Well, I kind of contributed to that. I sided with Scott.
There was no ganging up. There was this thing called logic that I was throwing out, and Nick can't really swallow that, so he just leaves.
So last question from Cyberways,
and
this is a very timely question, probably spawned by this. But if you were to make a standalone expansion for a game, what game and what's involved? Of course, the epic and what will be completely awesome, even if nothing is cool in this game at all, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, coming out May 1st. That is the right way to do a standalone expansion, so that's what we have to live up to in this. I would make a standalone expansion to Zelda that was PC exclusive, and it's an MMO, and it offers online capabilities and little bee blasts in every zone. And there is a lot of stuff that there's a lot of like artistic leaps and stuff that are completely shallow and retarded. And I feel like this exists.
Listing it out so methodically.
Yeah.
And it would be full of BioShock references, and only BioShock. It wouldn't reference any other game, including other Zelda games. And the main character would be John Shepard from Mass Effect.
Wow.
And there would be 37 different endings.
Nice.
Gonna one-up Witcher 3.
Yep.
Suck it, Witcher.
There's an Easter egg NPC named Geralt.
Suggestion from the chat about Tribes Ascend beach volleyball. I think that's a pretty good idea.
Totally do that.
There are only references to BioShock. There's no Witcher in this shit. Get out of here.
Nick Fenton, what about you?
Advent Rising, which is a game nobody played.
Advent Rising? Well, you're saying that is the game you would base it off of?
Yes.
What would the expansion be?
Probably there was going to be a PSP game that was going to be a side story for it.
Okay.
Which nobody played it, so like nobody cares.
No, I'm looking at what was it? I'm trying to figure out. Is it a shooter?
It was. You can go first person and third person, but you jump around and it's real Asian and shit, and people have long legs.
Oh, dude, speaking of, has anybody seen Guns 2 coming out? Guns the Duel?
I did see that, yes.
I'm actually really tempted. I mean, the first one was a spyware, hacker-infested mess like any other Free South Korean game, but I prefer the North Korean games.
I'm going to steal one from the chat because I think this is an epically good idea, and I would love to see it fleshed out. A BLR campaign standalone. A single player. Somehow explaining all
I think that would be good because there's so much tech shit you could make like a Deus Ex kind of like you can choose how to do things and like.
I like it.
You got a lot of loadouts, a lot of gun shit.
I mean, that kind of makes me think maybe like a standalone single player experience or at least story driven experience for Team Fortress 2 because there's so much story to that game and personality to that game, but it's all done in the background.
You could do a totally like a Psychonauts type like funny game, like single player campaign with TF2.
TF2 is
fantastic.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
the team behind it has such a great sense of humor.
All I could think of the whole time during Portal 2 when it gets hilarious with the Cave Johnson stuff, which I thought was really funny. All I could think of the whole time it was going on was TF2, actually. I was like, this is very TF2 right now, like just the humor and stuff.
Yeah, I can see it.
So that would be very cool to see, like the Origins of Manco game or something would be pretty cool.
Yeah, like there's a lot. Like a lot of people don't even think about it because it's supposed to just be like mindless violence. But I mean, it's hinted a lot that the 9 mercenaries are all clones. And that's why they can die a million times and keep coming back and kill themselves over and over, etc. So they could explain that.
This may not be a totally correct answer, but I would fucking make The Hidden a full standalone fucking game. I guess it's technically based on an engine, the Source engine, and I guess Half-Life 2 if you go all the way back. So this kind of counts. What the fuck are people doing, dude? Like, if I just need to get off my ass and get some people to work on this thing, because my God, like, that is just such a fucking. Just take what is there and you don't have to tweak it. You just got to make more maps. You got to make it stable. You upgrade the visuals. This is a fucking. This would sell. You sell this for $10 on Steam. People suck your dick. I will suck your dick if you sell this for $10 on Steam. I guarantee it. I don't care if you sell 1 million copies. I will suck 1 million people's dicks. You can put it in there as part of the thing. Just make this thing
as a
and make
Kickstarter
it
level.
As a Kickstarter reward tier.
Yeah, Kickstarter. No, that's it should be pretty expensive. I don't want to suck dick for less than like $1,000. So make it like $1,000 part of the prize. Maybe like
you would get a lot of people that are just there for the bonuses. You would end up sucking a lot of dick. I know you think. Right. I mean, $1,000 sounds like a lot to you, but to somebody who wants their dick sucked like right now.
No, I mean, no. And the game would have to be in working order, past the snuff. But man, it just bums me out that no one's working on that.
I'm just saying, you better account in how much money you're asking for. You better account for a lot of chapstick.
I feel like at a certain point with that reward tier, we're selling a different product.
That's fine.
Can you count that as prostitution if it's like a promo bonus?
I can get in the legal area. That's
Scott.
That's right. But
One of the dudes from Giant Bomb got a freaking John T. Drake flight tracker to get $40,000 on Kickstarter.
Jesus.
All that is a thing that shows where John T. Drake, community manager for Harmonix, has been that year. That's all it does, and it got $40,000.
Crazy, dude.
So.
Well, we can do this then. All right, I'm going to start a Kickstarter, and I won't even have any plan. The plan is someone make this game, and then they'll just donate me money. I don't even have a plan. I'll funnel the money to the proper channels, I guess. That'll be what I promise.
I guess.
I love Reddit.
There's a good suggestion in here that I'm gonna adopt as my own answer. The Saint Jimmy in chat saying a gritty Sonic spin-off a la Max Payne.
Wow.
That would be epic.
I love it.
Sonic has been rebooted to shit so many times. Like, I don't think anybody would even
That's a reboot I can buy into, though. A gritty Sonic spin-off reboot, I can do that.
I'm just saying, and you could get away with it because no matter how terrible or unfaithful to the original it ends up being, Sonic fans have gone through it all. There's not
be
a
the
thing
worst
you could
Sonic
do to them already that Sega has already.
Oh,
no, when Sonic 06 is still going to be the worst.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. There's so many good. I would like to see along those lines. You see these parodies on YouTube now and then, like a serious Mario Brothers.
Yeah,
like fucking way serious. Like, because there is no legitimate story to that. Like,
apparently, there's already a Shadow the Hedgehog. How do I not know about this?
What?
This is like Dreamcast era.
Oh, excuse me. The Super Drake Tracker 2000 EX app has $12,000 on Kickstarter. So there you go. But I would love to see a Mario where there's a real story, not just the princess gets
I know, yeah.
He just knocks up the princess. They get divorced. He drinks a lot. He drinks way too much. He beats Yoshi with a shoe now and then. I mean, that would be amazing. Nintendo would never allow that.
Oh no. Nintendo's non-committal to like continuous story is why I think a Zelda MMO would never work. Also because I think Nintendo is still trying to figure out how the internet works and what connections are and stuff like that. But there are other aspects.
What's your Nintendo ID? I love those.
Yeah, right. Your friend code.
14-digit friend code.
Let's exchange friend codes. No, like on the Wii U, you can actually just add people via their username.
Yeah, no one cares, dude.
I know.
That would require me to have a friend that has a Wii U.
About 10 years. But like,
I'm not spending the next 5 years finding someone else that has bought a Wii U. I'm not committing to that.
A Super Mario Sunshine games, but instead of
4 friends.
taking away the shines, Mario just was like, he committed mass murder. He's just been blamed for committing mass murder. So now we have to figure out how to free him.
All the shines left.
You want a gritty
land.
Mario game?
Yeah, I want a gritty fucking Mario game. I'm talking super gritty. He's estranged from his brother.
Yeah,
Peach left him, dude.
So maybe
she's
like
pregnant. God.
Peach is a pregnant crack whore on the
Yeah.
street.
I saw a fan-made trailer of a Mario movie the other day, and it was like he was like taking shrooms, you know, all drugged out, and he's like imagining shit.
Eating Toad's head.
He was imagining turtle heads on people like they were Koopas.
so like Mario, but with the storyline of Hotline Miami.
Yes.
Oh shit!
I want to.
No, you've done it. You've done it.
I want to see where Mario isn't a single guy. He's like a figure. He's like the Phantom, where when one dies, another one eventually arises. Like yeah, it starts off. It starts off. You show up in the Mushroom Kingdom through some crazy mishap, and then you accidentally kill Mario, and then it's like the Santa Claus, where he's like, put on my suit. Yoshi knows what to do, and then you transform into Mario. It's like Mario. It's like Mario meets the Santa Claus, but it's also dark and gritty.
No, I'm sorry. Brandon has won with the greatest idea ever. Just make a Mario game, but put it in Hotline Miami. That's all. That's all you do.
I think that was generally the plot of the movie in the 90s.
Yeah.
Those 90s
Well,
movie.
I think that was to put the audience in the storyline of Hotline Miami.
That was basically Hotline Miami.
Just super high watching the Mario Brothers movie.
I would hate to have seen that movie for the first time while tripping on acid, I'll tell you that.
But yeah, those are our things. A lot of people said F-Zero, just anything F-Zero in the chat. I would love a new F-Zero game. But
oh hell yeah.
But yeah, thanks guys. That is about it for episode 89 here of the KBMOD podcast. Thanks to Nick Fenton, who has turned into a ceiling light, coming out tonight.
Really liking this angle on him. It's looking good.
It's like a genie. You have to get me out of it.
Thanks to Blacklight for coming out tonight. And next week, Incredible Orb, Swedish sensation, will be on with us. Finally on a podcast, he can stop bitching now and stop being a dick.
We should have had him on. We should have had the podcast yesterday and brought him on for Incredible Herb.
Yeah, Incredible Herb. That picture, is that in the doc yet? It is not, but
it's not.
Anyway, guys, make sure
I won't be here, so you'll have to tell me how good his hair looks.
I will. I'll try to
tussle
it through the internet.
Good.
But yeah, there will be a post show. I'm gonna hop on. I'm gonna hope that Just Cause 2 is still up.
Some Just Cause 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna hope it's still up, and we're gonna do that on the post show. So stick around. I'm not even gonna stop the stream. I don't think we're gonna have to do some little housekeeping stuff in between now and then, but otherwise we should be good. And we will see you guys next week. Thank you for coming out.
Later.
See ya.